United States became a nation of cities and machines. The Great Plains belonged to the Buffalo and the Lakota Sioux. But when an empire came to take their land, one man stood unbroken, a warrior who would defy the most powerful army on earth. This is the true story of Sitting Bull, the last leader who refused to kneel.
In every era, there are voices that refuse to fade, stories of courage, faith, and defiance that shape the course of time. You're watching Chrono, Narrator, where history speaks through the echoes of the past. Today, we journey to the heart of the Great Plains to uncover the untold truth of a warrior who defied an empire. This is the true story of Sitting Bull.
The true story of Sitting Bull. The plains and the people. The Great Plains, endless skies, golden grasslands stretching beyond the horizon. This was the home of the Lakota Sioux, a proud people who lived in harmony with the land. They followed the buffalo herds, honoring every animal they hunted, believing that all life was connected under the Great Spirit. But in the mid-1800s, that harmony began to break. The emotion signaling change. Settlers and soldiers began pushing westward, laying railroad tracks, cutting deep into native lands. The belief that expansion was inevitable, even divine. To the Lakota, it was the beginning of a long and bitter struggle. And among them was a young boy destined to become their voice, their shield, and their symbol, Tatanka Iyotake. The world would know him as Sitting Bull, period.
Born beneath the white sky's glow, child of thunder, heart of stone. He heard the spirits whisper low, stand for your people, never bow alone. Hey, 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 ho, ride Sitting Bull through the storm and snow.
Rise of a leader. Sitting Bull was born around 1831 near the Grand River in what is now South Dakota. From an early age, he showed courage and patience beyond his years. At just 14, he joined his first war party against the Crow tribe and earned his first feather for bravery. He was not just a warrior, he was a thinker, a man of deep spiritual insight. He listened more than he spoke, and when he did, his words carried the weight of wisdom. By his 30s, Sitting Bull had become a respected leader among the Hunkpapa Lakota. He led his people not with fear, but with conviction, a belief that no one had the right to take the land gifted to them by the Creator. And among them was a young boy destined to become their voice, their shield, and their symbol, Tatanka Iyotake. The world would know him as Sitting Bull. Clash of Worlds. As the U.S. expanded westward, treaties were signed and broken as quickly as they were made. The Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868 promised the Lakota the Black Hills, sacred land. But when gold was discovered there, prospectors poured in, and the government looked the other way. Sitting Bull refused to move his people to reservations. He knew what it meant: dependency, starvation, and the death of their way of life. He became the spiritual center of the resistance, uniting the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho under one cause: to protect the plains and their freedom. The vision before battle. In 1876, tension reached its peak. Sitting Bull fasted and prayed for days, seeking a vision. In that vision, he saw soldiers falling into camp like grasshoppers from the sky. He took it as a sign. Victory would come if they stayed united. That summer, the U.S. Army sent 3 columns to force the tribes back onto reservations. Among them was the 7th Cavalry, led by General George Armstrong Custer. A man hungry for glory. The Battle of the Little Bighorn. June 25, 1876, the sun blazed over the valley of the Little Bighorn River. Thousands of Lakota and Cheyenne families camped together, unaware that history was about to unfold. Custer's 7th Cavalry attacked in full force, expecting an easy victory. But Sitting Bull's dream had already warned them. Warriors, led by Crazy Horse and Gall, encircled the soldiers. The gunfire echoed across the plains. The horses screamed, and in less than an hour, Custer and all his men were dead. It was the greatest native victory in American history. The U.S. government was humiliated and furious. Reinforcements swept across the plains, burning villages and killing buffalo herds. The Lakota, outnumbered and starving, faced a grim choice: surrender or die. By 1881, Sitting Bull and his followers crossed into Canada, seeking peace. But the land there was harsh, and hunger followed them. Eventually, he returned to the United States, surrendering with dignity. I wish it to be remembered that I was the last man of my tribe to surrender my rifle. The Wild West and the final stand. In the years that followed, Sitting Bull lived under constant watch. Yet, even in captivity, his spirit remained unbroken. He briefly joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, traveling across America and even to Europe, where cheering crowds saw him as a legend. But to the U.S. government, he was still a threat, a symbol of unity that might once again inspire resistance. In December 1890, as the ghost dance movement spread through the reservations, fear gripped the authorities. They believed Sitting Bull was behind it. Before dawn on December 15, Indian police surrounded his cabin at Standing Rock. The struggle broke out, and gunfire ended the life of the great Lakota leader. Legacy of a warrior. 2 weeks later, U.S. troops massacred hundreds of Lakota men, women, and children at Wounded Knee. The plains fell silent. The free life of the Sioux was gone, but their spirit was not. Sitting Bull's courage, his vision, and his defiance live on as a reminder that freedom has a price, and dignity has no compromise. He fought not for conquest, but for the right of his people to live as they always had, under the wide, eternal sky. The story of Sitting Bull did not end on the day he fell. His voice still rides on the wind that sweeps across the Great Plains, a whisper of pride, of pain, of a people who would not surrender their spirit. He stood for honor in a world that tried to erase it. He fought for freedom when it meant losing everything. And though his body was silenced, his legacy speaks to every heart that refuses to bow before injustice. I'm your narrator, and this has been the true story of Sitting Bull. Remember, history is not just written in books. It lives in the voices of those who dared to stand. Chrono Narrator, where time tells the truth.
Skies glow, child of thunder, heart of stone. He heard the spirits whisper low, stand for your people. Wakantanka, guide the brave. His spirit rides forever through the waves of time.
Born beneath the white sky's glow, child of thunder, heart of stone. He heard the spirits whisper low, stand for your people, never bow alone. Hey, 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 ho. Ride sitting bull through the storm and snow. Hey, 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 ho. Spirit of the buffalo, we won't let go. When the blue coats came with fire and light, he raised the banner, he heard the cries. At Little Bighorn, the warriors rose. The eagle watched and the river froze. Now the drums are silent, the stars still burn. The smoke has faded, the spirits return, but his name rides strong on the prairie wind. The story of courage will never end. Hey, 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 ho. Echoes of freedom across the plains below. Hey, hey, ho. Sitting bull lives where the wild winds blow. Wakantanka, guide the brave. His spirit rides forever